With all the success of Thriller, it was hard to imagine that Michael could top himself. But if anyone was able to do it, it was him. It had been 5 years since Thriller, and Michael was working around the clock to prepare for the release of his new album, Bad. And the hype around the album and world tour was insane. I hadn't seen Michael in 2 years, but he would still call now and then when he was alone. Though he was at the peak of his fame and seemed to have everything anyone could ask for, he had a lot on his mind. One night he called and let it all out. He asked me if I ever looked at the mirror and saw someone else's eyes looking back, someone that I'm afraid of. I asked him what he meant.
I wanted to call him Daddy so bad. He said, "I'm not Daddy, I'm Joseph to you," you know? He practiced us with a belt in his hand. And if you miss a step, expect to be carry you up if you missed. And so we, not only were we practicing, we were nervous rehearsing because he sat in the chair and he had this bell in his hand. And if you didn't do it the right way, he would tear you up, really get you. And I got it a lot of times. It was always, do it like Michael, do it like Michael, you know. But the others were very nervous, and I was nervous too, you know, because he was tough. He wanted me to, I guess maybe, I don't know if I was his golden child or whatever it was. Some may call it a strict disciplinarian or whatever, but he was very strict, very hard, very stern. And just a look would scare you. I don't think he realizes to this day how scared. I mean scared. So scared that I would regurgitate.
You would throw up? Why?
His presence, just seeing him. And sometimes I'd faint, and my bodyguards would have to hold me up.
My goodness, Michael. I can't imagine feeling that way. Is that what you see when you look in the mirror? Joseph? But you're nothing like him. Yeah, Michael said, but I'm a product of him. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him, and he never lets me forget that. I'm the result of his perfection. People see the moonwalk, they see the Grammys, but they don't see the belt. They don't see the nights I spent crying because the step wasn't sharp enough. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't be the king if he hadn't been the taskmaster. I look at my face and I see the things he wanted to change, and the things I changed just so I wouldn't have to see him anymore. What did he say about your face, Michael?
My father teased me, and I just hated it. I cried every day. He would tell me I'm ugly. God, your nose is big. You didn't get it from me. I'd wash my face in the dark. I wouldn't want to look in the mirror.
Is that why your skin has changed? I mean, there's been some reports about you changing the color of your skin.
This is the situation. I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin, and it's something that I cannot help. my father said is on his side. I can't control it. I don't understand. I mean, it makes me very sad. Okay, but when people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me. It's a problem for me. Trying to control it and using makeup evens it out because it makes blotches on the skin, and I have to even out my skin.
When did this all start, Michael?
Oh boy, sometime after Thriller, around Off the Wall.
Oh my gosh, it just seems so awful. How do you deal with it?
You want to die. You want to die. And on top of it, you got to go on stage in the spotlight in front of hundreds of thousands of people and just, God, it's hard. I would have been happier wearing a mask.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I just heard some stories and I wasn't sure what to believe.
People believe a lot of crazy stories they read. Some is true, some is not.
Does it hurt when you see those stories?
Sometimes. But it's part of the work, you know.
Do you ever want to lash out and let people know they're not true?
Yeah, a lot of times. But why bring more attention to a thing?
I can only imagine how it must feel to be so famous and yet misunderstood.
To sit in my hotel room and just cry because by myself. Because you can't get out, there's things everywhere and helicopters and press follow. I would love to walk down the street, but just walk on the beach. I'm not trying to complain because I love show business and I love entertainment. I love making people happy. But there's times I want to be just normal too. I never get to know what people are really like because when they see me, they change. Having friends and slumber parties and buddies and just hanging out, there was none of that for me. I didn't have any friends when I was little. My brothers were my friends. That is why I think now, because I didn't have it then, I compensate for that. Really? I mean, people wonder why I always have children around, because I find the thing that I never had through them. You know, Disneyland, amusement parks, arcade games. I adore all that stuff because when I was little, it was always work, 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 from one concert to the next. If it wasn't concert, it was the recording studio. If it wasn't that, it was TV shows or interviews or picture sessions. It's always something to do.
So how do you feel about your upcoming tour? Is that work, work, work?
I don't like to. I go through hell. I go through hell touring. I do like relating to the fans, giving the fans a chance to see you face to face, because you go from stadiums to just jamming, and the energy is great.
Actually, he said, I've been meaning to ask you something. It's going to be a long tour, and it's going to be a lonely one if I'm just looking at strangers every night. How would you like to join me for a few days on the first leg of the tour? Really? That sounds amazing.